Click.
Bane started in about, 1994, 95-ish.
Yeah, I was working a 9-to-5 job. I was just living in an apartment in Worcester, Massachusetts, and not knowing what I was going to make of my life or if I was ever going to do anything. The band started with me actually doing a reunion show for a hardcore band that I had played in called Backbone, and it was the first time I had been singing hardcore in 5 years, and I kind of had walked away from that scene a little bit for a while.
The drummer of Converge and I, Damon Beldaro, wanted to start a new band. So we just started writing songs, and
the guitar player to Backbone ran into Aaron Dahlback, the guitar player to Bane and Converge, in a record store that Aaron worked at. Aaron told him, I'm getting a new straight edge band started. Do you know anyone who would want to sing? The guitar player to Backbone said, you should call Bedard, because we just did that reunion and he was really psyched on it, was stoked to be singing again. So Aaron called me. Yeah, that was in September of 1995. And I didn't know him, I'd never heard of Converge. I was pretty out of the loop with what was going on with modern hardcore in my area at that time.
The energy and passion that was coming out of it was a magnet to me. I was drawn to it.
I mean, I would say the biggest values of Bane when we started was enjoy ourselves and enjoy what we're doing, and if people like it, awesome. If not, then we're having fun, so that's all that really matters.
That was that. We wrote the first batch of songs from September, October 95, and then slowly found the right members and recorded the demo before we even played our first show in December of 1995. That was when it all kicked off. I would say the value that most transcended is that sort of feeling of connection with the crowd and wanting everyone to be able to feel involved, whether they're, 13-year-old kid or a girl or whoever. That we didn't want it to sort of be overrun by this, macho, aggressive attitude where hardcore and hardcore dancing and the way people interact with the music is so much about aggression and forcefulness. We wanted to sort of offer an alternative to that, and we still do. We're still fairly outspoken, and we still do not tolerate it when there are idiots fighting in the crowd or people punching into the crowd, things like that.
At some point, when you've been doing this for long enough, at some point you just start doing the band for yourselves.
It's not an easy thing to have to break away from that, to have to say goodbye to a lot of the things that I loved about my life, about being in this band.
We remember what it was like to go to hardcore shows for the first time. I remember what it was like to go to a hardcore show 2 weeks ago.
If all the memories were going to be erased, except for one, if I could only carry one through the rest of my life with me, at the end of our first tour in 1998, and this was the first time I'd ever been anywhere. Like, I had never really left New England before Bane. I just felt this feeling of being so proud of us. Like, I couldn't believe what this band was becoming, and that we had just done this tour and had been as successful as it was. And we, there were a lot of rocky times. We had some fights. We had some tough shows, but we had made it. And that feeling of just being proud of us as a band, I think that would be the one I would want to take.
At this time, I just want to concentrate on Bane, do as much as we can while it's still here.
So, we've just always tried to give it our all while we were here.
When it's a true goodbye, it's goodbye. That's it. It's goodbye.